We turn now to Keith Ellison. He is a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Minnesota, and he just won a 5th consecutive term in the House, representing a large part of Minneapolis. Congressman Ellison is a supporter of U.S. military action against Islamic State militants, but he also represents a large number of Somali Americans, some of whom have supported the militants' fight. Siamak Deganpour of VOA's Persian service talked with the congressman. Take a look.
Keith Ellison entered Congress in 2006 as a Democrat opposed to the Iraq War. He is now a supporter of the president's war against the Islamic State, also known as ISIS.
Do you think President Obama and Keith Ellison are at a crossroad? Because President Obama, even in your piece it was mentioned that President Obama is saying that we would respond to ISIS in a proper manner, but Keith Ellison was saying that no, we would work towards kind of peace-building initiative. Do you think there's some kind of crossroads?
He still is very supportive of President Obama's foreign policy, but I think he was talking to his constituents at that moment.
ISIS is a threat, but I also believe that the most important ways to confront ISIS are not necessarily military in nature. I mean, cutting off their supply of their ability to sell oil, cutting off their financial flows, stopping their recruits from going through Turkey and other countries in the region.
He was trying to balance the situation that I'm supporting President Obama's policy. We have to deal with this threat. At the same time, we're not going to get heavily involved in this war.
And in your conversations with him, did you ever sense some kind of a fear in him? Because some of those terrorists who fought with ISIS are of Somali descent and they were from Minnesota. So there was kind of an onus on Keith Ellison that, hey, these are guys from my constituency and they're going fighting ISIS, so I have to maintain some kind of a balance on the ground. I'm sure
you saw that in my interview, part of my interview with his challenger. It was Doug Daggett as a Republican, and he got probably about 5% of the vote, which is not bad because Keith Ellison's district is heavily Democratic, so he got 25% of the vote. It's a challenge for him in that district, and it shows that he's facing a challenge. His opponent actually challenging him that he is not doing much to take care of the Somali American communities because of the unemployment and other issues.
As I talk to the Somali community, and I feel very welcome there and spend a lot of time in that community, the community leaders, the elders do tell me that it's a lack of jobs, lack of a good education, lack of hope. They don't believe Congressman Ellison has been doing enough, that he's been absent.
Ellison was the first congressman to be sworn in with his hand on the Quran. Has being a Muslim in America's political climate helped him, or has it been a difficult challenge?
It's helped me because no matter what struggles or difficulties I face, you know, I can always go to Salat, always go to prayer, and it always strengthens me. You know, it helps me. It's an overall benefit. I look forward to fasting and prayer. All these things sustain me and make me a happier person than I believe than I would be otherwise.
He's a kind of people's guy. He loves to campaign. He was actually telling me that I hate fundraising. I love campaigning because I get to talk to people. For a day we walked with him. We went around the neighborhood. We saw many people. People loved him. Every time you say, "Oh, Keith," and you know they used to call him. They call him Keith. They don't call him Congressman Ellison. He's a very friendly guy. At the same time, I think people are kind of concerned about that situation that you are referring to.
But he doesn't play the Muslim card. He doesn't come out and say, "Oh, look, I'm a Muslim guy, help me out." He has rallied behind issues and has been successful in implementing them. Where do you see him in the next couple of years? I mean, are we talking about Keith Ellison, the vice president, or anything like that?
I actually asked him, "Are you planning to run for the governorship or anything like this?" And he's very realistic person. He said, "I don't see myself at that point right now. My plan still is to elect these people, to represent these people, and want to, he's getting involved more on foreign affairs issues. At the same time, I think he's in between of being a representative of the people from Minneapolis and also to be a part of this large community of Muslims in America."